I want to talk about nudge theory. I want to talk about, this is Mountainview. Evgeny said a little word about it. We've done some work with some pretty interesting organizations. I've been involved certainly with some of them, with Bupa, with Tesco, with Ford, with Sainsbury's. And what we're trying to do is to apply some of this, really it is cutting edge science to the world of business. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is nudging. Nudging is a good word. It's a good word because it's about persuading people, just moving them gradually in a particular direction. What's very attractive, the government are very attracted to this. I was sitting in my car coming back from teaching 28 one-star generals, and I heard a man called Letwin. Have you heard of, what's his Christian name? Oliver Letwin, the British MP. And he was on about nudging and how attracted the government were to nudging. And he was asked for an example of this. And he gave an example, which I should talk about in a minute, of how the government very cleverly, with no cost, are able to persuade people to pay more tax. Not to pay more tax, more people to stop trying to avoid tax. Through one simple technique, cost-free. Now, if governments are so attentive to this, there must be something interesting and right in this whole topic. I think we begin with the idea of automatic and reflective systems. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty well a monoglot. I only speak English. I can speak a little of two other strange African languages, but I'm a monoglot, and I speak English quickly and automatically. I'm off to Abu Dhabi in 2 days' time, and I have to remember to speak very slowly when speaking to people whose first language is not English, and also not to use big words like pusillanimous or lugubrious or whatever, because I speak it automatically. When you speak a foreign language, you do so much more slowly, much more clumsily, etc. Now, one of the problems for most of us is that on a day-to-day basis, we make so many decisions automatically that we have a way of making a decision on the basis of past experience, on the basis of all sorts of cues we don't pay attention to. And that's where the problem arises. If we can affect this system, if we can present information to people, do things to people, such that they will react in a particular way, we can have an important effect. Let me give you two little examples of this, commercial examples. The first is the use of smell in organizations. This building is not scented. Have you noticed? They haven't scented this building. You will notice soon when you go into big departmental stores, they will pump in smells. They will pump in smells to frame the environment. Here's my question. Most petrol stations have a little shop attached to them. They want people to buy stuff in this little shop. The one we have nearby us is a co-op. How would you encourage people to buy more in that shop? What's the... Say again?
Make bread in it.
No. That's an interesting answer, but why not? Why not the bread smell? You want to make them hungry. Bread makes people hungry. They do that in supermarkets. But what is your...
Fresh coffee.
No. No. You both got the same idea. What's your worry about those little places?
Well, they're not very hygienic.
Ah! Correct. Therefore, what smell do you put in place?
Disinfectant.
They put it, no. Definitely not disinfectant. That makes you think of a hospital and death. They put in starched sheet smell. It's clean, and therefore you buy the food. Now next time, they don't all do it. Next time, watch carefully. You've never noticed this. They have nudged you. They have persuaded you as you've got in from the car with the nozzle and the cap and your slightly greasy hands, and there are those donuts. That is clean. Very cheap factor, very effective. Here's another one.